Hi guys, Judy here. I hope you're having a great night. Well, it's about 11 p.m. on it's Wednesday night. I believe it's the 11th. Yes, it is the 11th of July. And I'm making this video because I want to encourage the bride. I want to encourage you rapture waiters, watchers. That's what we are. God's called each one of us at different times and stages and ages in this walk, and it is exciting. It is exciting, but it's exciting roads are always full of challenges, and that's a good thing. And I want to invite you to bring Christ up and bring Christ into everything. While you're in this rapture wait, it's really not for wimps. It really is the hardest thing that I have ever been involved with. It tests your faith. It gets to the core of who you are, and what I'm talking about is the faith that God is developing in the bride as we wait and as we long for His appearing. It's like a surgical procedure, in my opinion. It's hard to describe. It's a deep work, and everyone's surgery is different. But we're all on the operating table as we await His glorious appearing, and in that wait, we hit milestones, and we have situations, and some are messy, and I just want to continue to remind everyone to invite Christ. Don't run from your mess. And what I mean is don't run from Christ when you have a mess and feel guilty about it and think He doesn't love you in it. He certainly does. And I extend the same grace to myself that I'm extending to you, because I can only give a message out of direct experience, honestly. And, you know, it's shady because it's like God brings things and then we sort them out with Him. And I just want to remind you that God is always good. He's wonderful. His strength and peace and life keeps us. He's never cruel, even though you'll be tempted to think that at times. But if you continue in your faith, in your walk with Him, He'll show you His goodness, and bring them all up in your what you perceive as failures, is what you perceive as messes. Bring Him there with you. Bring Him in it. Say, God, I invite you in this. I need your help in this, and I want you in this with me. I don't want to, because a lot of people, they are ashamed, and they think, oh, Christ doesn't like this, so I'm going to compartmentalize Him in my life, and I'm going to only bring Him in these parts. And Christ desires all of us, and it's not to confine us in any way and to steal our fun in life. It's to give us greater pleasure to live as Christ. Okay? And I just today I found myself in a situation where I just said, will you sit in this mess with me? Because it feels like a mess, but I know it's something beautiful. It's something beautiful, and whether I created it or you created it or whatever, who cares? The fact is, this is a mess, and would you sit in this with me, and would you help me sort this out, and would you, like you always do, make something beautiful of what I'm perceiving as painful, And you're probably wondering, what the heck are you talking about? Well, I'm not going to delve into every personal thing, but we all have our situations at work, whether it be work or school or your personal family lives, whatever it is. you think that you're not going to be tested and tried, and it's not even testing and tried. It's you think that as you're waiting for the greatest event, next to the cross in history, the rapture of the bride of Christ, that we wouldn't, as brides, be opened up to the core of who we are as we prepare for our groom. Yeah, so look at it that way. And anyway, I just want to invite you guys to do that. I was doing that today, and I just felt like God said, remind, like I'm reminding you, remind my bride. And so I just want to remind you guys, as I'm in there with you too. I've brought them all up in something that I perceive as being messy, but honestly, I think that God looks at things so much differently than we do, because I think we tend to make judgments on our situations based on, some of us, we judge even ourselves. We judge everything, right? And I'm not saying you shouldn't judge things rightly or wrongly. I'm not talking about the proper kind of judgments, but I've really learned to just give myself a lot of grace, because God is graceful, okay? And oftentimes we beat ourselves up. And I just want to encourage you, bride, to love yourself, because Christ loves you. And bring them all up, and everything up until the moment he gets us in what you perceive that he would be displeased with, or, judge you for. Don't think that. Bring them all up in it. And watch what he does. I have stories I can share, but it's getting pretty late. I need to get going. I got to get up early. I have 2 more days of work, and then summer school's over, and then my son's off on his trip, and then I've got some things I have to attend to, and then we're off again. So if we're here, yeah, looking up. I'm really looking up, because the Lord is coming. He loves us. And I just want to remind you we keep our focus on him as the day approaches for our departure, and we also keep our focus and become entangled in that which he caused us to become entangled with, right? And we let go when he says let go, and we just move and flow with him, okay? And it can be messy and it can be ugly. I do believe that God ordains our situations, our strengths, as well as our weaknesses, our sins, as well as our triumphs, okay? He's all up in them with us. He ordains each struggle. What I mean is, he gives us the power to overcome, but he's in it with us. So I'm just experiencing his grace in a tremendous way, because I've needed it lately, and it's beautiful it's so beautiful to be weak, because that's when he becomes our strength. And I think sometimes we get maybe we just get used to being strong and being an overcomer, that we forget, but it's nice to have points and moments of weakness and what we perceive as failure, because our dependence on him comes to a whole new level. The grace of God. He's so wonderful. I love you guys. I hope this message has made some sense to somebody somewhere. But here's what I do. It's as simple as this. Christ, I invite you all up in this mess. Sit in it with me. Direct me in it. I'm not going to run and be ashamed. I'm going to sit in it, and I'm going to invite you in it, and I ask you to shine your light on every corner and every decision. I ask you to be my strength and be with me, and he will. He loves us so much. I love you guys. Bye.